Oh, we finna speak on it. We finna speak on it. We finna speak on it. It's Speak on it Monday. Speak on it
I'm good.
Monday. Speak on it
You done
Monday.
got us a
Speak,
you done gave us a
speak,
theme song.
speak. Look, I done made it up over here.
Oh,
Hello, everybody. Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. I.e., Billy Diva.
well, hello, Louisiana country boy.
Yeah, I am here. I am here. I am here. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I can't even lie. I get excited. I don't know about you. I get so excited because I have an opportunity to sit and have a conversation, and I just be ready. And I thank you so much for last minute in them topics. I thank you. I appreciate it. Don't be giving me nothing all up in advance. I sure thank you because you give it to me. I don't know if most people know I'm an overthinker. I'll be done trying to think of some stuff. But look here. I want y'all to know when it comes straight up off what they call that thing off the cuff,
Off the
off
cuff.
the
You
yeah.
know, and the funny thing about it is, so I do. I put those topics, but I also be thinking to myself, we're still gonna talk about what comes to our head. You know what I mean? But what have you noticed that the topics that we've had, we'll start off talking about something else, but it always ends up being about the topic that I ain't gonna say we chose, because you don't be choosing topic. You don't want to
I,
choose no topics.
I don't want you no top.
But
I
Louisiana
don't
country
want.
boy, he be thinking off the cuff, but I'm such a so when I go out of town, I be having an agenda. Like I gotta have something. I gotta have something. And even when I used to be a recruiter and we give presentations or tours, I be having everything to a T. 10:15 to 10:45 and 10:41 to 10:40. And my boss at the time was like, girl, you know this is not gonna be exact. I said, I know, but I need it to look like it's gonna be exact so we can be as close. So
Look,
anyway, so I get thinking as well, for real.
look, and if y'all don't know, y'all want to see opposites, because look here, she be, I be, woohoo!
And I appreciate it because I need some
She
what you call it.
organized, I'm
Um,
disorganized.
I need spontaneity in my life. I don't need to be so in the box.
Yeah, I tear that box up. I done tore it.
Just like you said, you took a like out the blue. I didn't say nothing last night when you were saying it on the phone, but I was like, he said he took a stay. Or I told you it was a staycation. What you took?
Yeah,
You
I
took a
know
little
what it was.
vacation.
I
And
did.
I was
I
like,
did.
he just did that on the whim, off the cuff. I would have had to be planning how I'm gonna put my clothes, how many clothes am I gonna go to church? Am I gonna go to church in the morning? Well, I better take some clothes in case I go to church.
Ooh.
But then what if something happened tonight? Somebody called it last. See, that's overthinking,
Yeah,
Don.
that is a bit much. And if y'all don't know, this weekend, the old country boy, what's that thing called? A state, what it a
We did
state.
a staycation.
I did a staycation on Saturday. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had to do, and I got off. I got finished, and I came to the house. And let me tell y'all, ain't nobody up in here but me. Ain't nobody. And I said, I ain't gonna even be here with me. And I grabbed my backpack and I headed out. Look, I wasn't planning for nothing. I wasn't planning to do but one thing, that was leave, and that's what I did.
That's good though. Like I told you last night, I think that's cool because I want to stay in that Marriott Marquis downtown with the
Hmm.
Texas state pool.
Oh,
And
with the
so
Texas thing.
So I said I'm gonna do me a staycation there. But I mean, for my 50th birthday, me and my kids did a staycation, but we did it in Austin, but it was still a staycation because we didn't
Right,
go
right.
nowhere far. But before we get going, I do want to bring up something outside of what we had as topics.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Go ahead. See the
wait,
oh.
wait, don't get it twisted. I wrote it down.
Oh,
Don't get it twisted, boy.
I
I wrote it
thought
down.
that I had converted her.
No. I just felt like these are two things that, well, it's one topic, but it's about two different people that I felt we needed to pay some type of homage to or just say something about. And one is it Tyree Nichols, the young man that was killed by the 5 officers.
Yes.
So I wanted to say something, and I know that I've been putting you on the spot about saying a prayer at the end, but today at the end we gotta pray.
Yeah.
And then Ricky Smiley, who I love, lost his firstborn son yesterday, and it's been on my mind. And as you know, Donnie, contrary to what everybody else think in the world regarding me, I have a huge heart when it comes to stuff like this, and
Right.
it stays with me and it stays on my mind. Like, was it Twitch? You know, I went into a whole dump. I didn't even know Twitch. I just met Twitch on I didn't even know he was on Ellen. But when that happened, it was like, well, I saw him on the Jennifer Hudson show right before his passing. And I thought, oh my God, I love him and his wife and everything. And then when that happened, it just, wow. And then this Ricky Smiley thing. So they're not saying what happened to his son. Of course, it's none of our business.
Right.
But in my mind, from what I'm reading, and then I'm listening to him today, because he's been on several times, I feel like there's something mental that has happened. And I'll leave it like that. So it goes back again how we talk about being nice, being kind, checking on people, listening to people, allowing people to talk, which now that we say that, let me tell you something. While I'm talking about that, that does veer us back to our topic. One of them is being, what is the first topic? Having manners over money. So being nice to people, being kind to people, checking in on people. If you see somebody look off, doing a little something different, check in on them. No, we're not responsible. We're not responsible in that way. Like I probably used to that was the perception I think I was giving. All I'm saying is to do your part. If you know someone who is going through, or you notice something different, notice something off, reach out, say something to that person.
You know, and a little bit on that. It doesn't even have to be that you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to know these people. You don't have to know anybody to be nice. I mean, what I do is we all can. Let's put ourselves in situations that and I know folks talking about, well, I ain't never been. I'm gonna tell you, you're lying. You've been somewhere. Okay, your heart done cracked a little bit, or somebody done let you down, or somebody done disappointed you. If you done lived in this life past the age of 3, even 3-year-old done had the little crying moment. My little baby done cried. So put yourself in that. How you felt at that moment. How you felt. So when we run across people, if we would put ourselves and remember where we were and remember what it was that we wanted and we desired. Sometimes a hello. Can you remember the time you've been like, I wish somebody would have said hello to me? Then be the person. Be the things that you want. We all talk about these things that we want. And that, that goes with manners. It is so crazy. It is so crazy. And if I go off kilf, just let me know. It's so crazy that people will look at you like you lost your rabbit mind if you hold the door open for them.
Isn't that crazy?
They will look at you. If you smile at somebody, they looking at you like something wrong with you. But all I say is I came from a whole different. I came from a yes ma'am, no ma'am. I still say the same thing. I don't care about people being you older than them. I can still say yes sir, no sir, because I come from an era of respect. I came from a time of respect. That don't make me less because I say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes, no. We've gotten to the point of what?
Yeah. What? And on that note, what we've gotten away from in this generation and this world of texting and computer stuff, technology rather, is picking up the phone. I hear my daughter say all the time, why they gotta call me? She does websites and different things. I said, well, so-and-so gonna call. Well, why they gotta call me? Why they can't text me? You know,
Yeah.
no one really wants the interaction of. We've lost that part of it, and I get it. It's convenient sometimes to text. I get it. There are certain things I text, but there are certain things that'll never be like a phone call to say, "I know you've been sick. Are you all right? How you feeling?" That voice of someone is
That's
just. I
it.
mean, because first of all, I make it funny like I do. I'm rolling over around in my bed, sick, and my doctor, you have to get up out your bed to go on computer to say, "Hey, I have COVID. What do I do now?" Instead of them picking up the phone to call and say, "Hey, you okay? You need to do this."
Right.
I gotta wait around to go back on the computer to go in for you to me to see what you're saying.
Right.
I felt I yeah. So
I'm just
technology is good, but it's just we've just gotten away so
we're
far away
well,
from.
we're not supposed to, and it is, and it's beneficial. But what we have done, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, we
Mhm,
have allowed it to control us. We
mhm.
we have we have just allowed it to take over. I'm still that person. I won't. And I tell you about some of the people that I have interviewed or some of the people that have look here. What I need to do is hear your voice. I need to see your little beady eyes, and I need for you to see my little beady eyes.
I
I'm
need to
sorry.
see
That's
what you're thinking. I need to see what you were thinking.
you,
We were
you
talking about
know,
that last night. I need to see your little bitty eyes. So I can know if you lying. Okay?
you
Remember, I
know,
told you we were gonna do an
yeah.
episode called "Why You Lying?"
What, hey, we got a show coming up, y'all. Why you lying?
Why you? Why you gotta lie, Craig? Why you gotta lie? No, no, you ain't gotta lie, Craig.
You
You ain't
ain't
gotta
gotta
lie.
lie, Craig.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. But my heart has been heavy today because every time Emily, let me say this too. When we talk about social media. And
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that one day. But so Brittany Smith has been on a few times since yesterday. Yesterday, I could tell he still was like in shock
Mhm.
because he kept saying, "I'm okay, I'm okay." But today, he could barely keep talk without crying. And so he said, so he was on there just saying, "Hey guys, thank you so much for everything, but could you stop texting? Could you stop calling because I'm getting overwhelmed now?"
Right.
And everybody was saying, "Oh, I understand." People. So we got to this one guy that said, "Well, you're doing it to yourself. Stay off social media." How rude. And so someone said before I answer, because I had to say something, right? So so one thing I be having people back. Uh, you need me, I got you.
Now,
Someone did come on and say, "Sir, everyone takes death differently. This is the
right,
way he's dealing with his death. This is the way." And then because he's always communicating with people via that, he wanted to reach out to people the same way, let them
right,
know. And he also mentioned that he wanted to come on and say it because he don't want things getting from the streets. He'd rather him be able to tell you first. You know what I'm saying? And he's not just going on Facebook typing stuff. He's literally coming out showing you his emotions, which is I think is great too, to let other men see that it's okay to have those emotions that he has, to let other parents see that showing that the place that what is this? What is this about?
right.
So and then so yeah, I just want to make sure that we think about keep him in our spirit, in our minds, and
Well,
yeah, for the whole family, because
I can say this
mhm,
is that, and I've learned this. It could be us tomorrow. I don't. If anybody really gets that, it could be us tomorrow. It could be us. Um, that's one of the main things about the thing about being kind, the thing about being genuine with people and open with people, because it could be us tomorrow.
mhm.
You could be riding up here today, and you could be riding in that hearse tomorrow, and that's real. That's real. Um, so we have to. I just feel that we should. We should. I ain't saying everybody do what they want to. You ain't have to do nothing. This old boy say you ain't have to do nothing. Look, you ain't have to do but two things: pay taxes and die. Them the only two things you have to do.
That you
Okay.
have to do.
Other than
I
that,
agree.
they do what you want to do. That's your choice, but you're gonna do them too. But for me, this life becomes. We are all here connected. I don't know why. It, I don't know why people seem to think that we're not. We're not. We are all connected. The emotions, we all have them. Hurt, pains, we all will. If you have not, you will. And
You will.
mama say, and mama say, keep on saying good morning.
Keep on living. Keep on living. Keep on living.
keep on saying good morning.
And then when it happens, keep on living because it's gonna
Mm,
happen again.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
But that is so it, and sometimes we put our stars that we have made up on such pedestals, and we forget that all of us are just humans.
we're just human.
All of us are humans. But you shouldn't be acting like this, or you shouldn't be. We're humans. I can't tell you how you should handle something.
Right.
I can't tell you
And how
what you
long? I've
that
heard
that
people say people have told them you should get over this by now, or you should, thank God I haven't had anyone say that to me because I have someone, a mentor to me passed a few years ago with
right,
COVID. Thank God I haven't had someone say that to me, but I have a girlfriend, a couple of people that I've heard say people have literally told them, "You're not over that by now." No,
right,
and let me clear that up. I understand if someone is like in a deep depression, they can't come out, they may need to go get some help, seek
right,
help. I get that. But I mean, you can't tell people that they're not going to still have this. I was thinking about Tito today, or that kind of thing. You're
right.
gonna have that. You're gonna think about this. You might break out. I don't know. A year down the line, just break out crying. I
Yeah,
hear people. I remember, and still to this day, people like the anniversary of their son or their daughter or something that passed away. Remember, they take off work because
yeah,
that's the day they want solitude. They want to just think about their kid or whoever passed. So you can't tell people how long
right.
they should mourn. Everybody's mourning and grief process
Different.
different.
It's different. Yeah. And even on the flip side of that, you'll see some people that are going through it and that are handling it. And I seen folks look at them like they crazy. What, you ain't gonna break down now? What, you ain't finna fall apart? And then
They
other
must
ones,
they must didn't care because you see they didn't drop a
yeah,
tear. Why are you looking at closer than people and their tears? You know,
we bad. And folks do it. You putting how you would be on somebody else. How you would react. Oh, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that because you don't know. You putting how you think
you would react.
you would react. You
Yeah,
putting how you think you would feel. But let me tell you, until they step on your toe, you don't know how loud you're gonna holler out.
you have no idea.
Yeah,
You have no idea. It is a yeah, you just don't know. You just
right.
don't know. And which is another thing when we talk about being nice to people. And we'll just say one of our topics about it was, and
Hi.
I came up with this topic because I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and that was one of their topics was about manners over money.
Mm,
And it's saying that just because you have all this money, you be popping off and all this stuff, not feel like you need to be nice to people. The examples that they were talking about was Shirley, Ralph, and Jack A. Harry,
okay.
yeah. Two, you know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Jack and
I
Harry from
know
Two
Jack
Six
A.
Seven. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Jack A. So they were talking in a conversation, and they were talking about when they were younger in their 20s and how they may have treated people, may or may not have treated people. Shirley Ralph was saying someone who now is a big time producer was someone they used to carry coffee, bring them coffee. And she said, she's like, thank God I was nice to them. Because hell, now they the ones that's like, they could put you in a movie or they could put you in a show. And Jack A remembers that there was a guy that used to bring them their little scripts. A little guy walk around giving their scripts. And she said, I used to be really mean to him. Like I used to treat him like he was nothing. And
Mm,
now he's a big time movie producer. And some kind of way, don't quote me, they had some kind of interaction recently. And
right.
she said he remembered that and he reminded her of that. But he wasn't mad. But
Right.
their point was you never know when what is that? Don't burn your bridges and stuff.
Right.
You don't ever know when you're gonna come across that person again.
Yeah.
So
And this
big,
world's so small though. You
so
know,
small.
people be thinking like, well, it's so small. It is all right, keep on.
Keep on.
Keep on
And
saying good morning.
when I used to give presentations about going to job interviews, that kind of stuff, one of the things I used to tell, because I used to be a secretary. I was a secretary, office manager, all of that. And I used to always say, when you go to these interviews, when you walk up in there, do not be mean, arrogant, stuck up to the secretary sitting there.
Right.
Because you think she just the secretary, but the secretary have the ears of that boss that's in that room that's listening to interview you.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you go in and say, hey, the interview, what does she look like? How she dressed? Was she on time? Was she nice? Was she smiling?
Right.
Now she came in with a whole attitude. She came in here taking her house shoes off, putting her shoes on. The secretary have the first ear of what's happening. And I say that to say people walk in treating people like trash. You know, they have that quote about I was taught to treat the custodian like you treat the CEO. When I'm working, especially at the schools and stuff, you know who my best friends are? The cafeteria staff and the custodial staff. Right. Anything I need, I don't need y'all for nothing. What y'all gonna do?
Right.
The custodian gonna hang my pictures, gonna make sure my app running. If I need something cleaned or show me something, they got me. If I need something moved, they got me. And the cafeteria people, if I'm hungry, they gonna take care of me. I mean, it's just, and I'm saying that to be a little facetious, but it's the truth. Those, to me, those are the most important people on the campus to be cool with.
Yes. Oh, I agree.
You know?
And but sometimes you're right. We have gotten so far away. We think that it keeps on circling back for me. You're up today, but you could be down tomorrow. We sit here and we think just because we have made it or we have, we've accomplished this, that we're bigger than other folks.
Yeah.
We can treat people like they're beneath us. For me personally, I came and I do service. I came to be a servant. I no matter where I go, no matter what the good Lord takes me, my first is to be a servant. Is to take the position of servant, to take the position of I don't care where I'm at, to open a door, to say excuse me, to be a servant. Not to look down upon you because you're a waitress or you this or you work at this store here or you been no.
Yeah.
I a lot of it ties to me because a lot of people, even in the service industry, don't know how to serve. A lot of people in the service industry have the nastiest attitudes. You go to somewhere, sometimes they be they act like you come into their establishment and you bothering them. I've seen people like, yeah. Well, boo, you the one took the time out to come here, search up this job, okay, then sit here with these folks and interview. They told you what they was gonna pay you and told you what the job description was. Okay, now you act like you don't like people. Well, didn't you know when you took this job you had to deal with people? That was the whole point.
I hear you. I do. And I agree. Some of them do have they can be appeal. But also on that flip side of that, it goes to when you go in there, that person could have just had a customer that cursed them out. Did you? Now I know you did, but I'm speaking of these other people. When you walked in there, did you at least say hello? How you doing today? Did you say hey?
Right.
How you doing? Yeah. Or if they are not happy, sometimes I will say, "Ooh, it's been a rough one." Has it been a rough one? Now don't get wrong. I heard exactly what you said because somebody maybe 2 weeks ago, and I have your back, but I also will get you. I was in Walmart, so I ain't gonna say the service industry because I guess I get a little defensive about that, but I'm gonna say Walmart. I was in Walmart in the little baby section. When you're in the baby section, you can't help but be happy because the clothes are cute. They're so tiny and dainty and cute. I'm over there just having a good time, and then I'm the guy. I'm the person that be trying to fold the clothes back how they go. So the little girl, she walked around. I'm like, I don't know what I said. I think I said, "Well, hey, how you doing?" And one thing I can't stand. I'm sorry. God help me. I'm trying to be better. I can't stand people to ignore me. If I say hi, I'm gonna repeat it because I'm gonna make sure you heard me. Well, how you doing? She still didn't say nothing. She's standing as close as this cup is to me. So I said, I still didn't get upset. I mean, I was a little offended, but I just said, "Oh," I said, "You've it's been a rough day because it was during Christmas." And I said, "Oh, I know it's been a rough time with Christmas. Everybody's crazy." That lady ain't uttered a word, and I even looked to see if she had earphones in the ear because you know these youngsters wearing earphones. She had no earphones, and you know what she did? She continued to fold her clothes. So you know what I did? I just put my little clothes right on back over there with her. Let me get away. And I'm out loud talking. I'm gonna just tell y'all, God ain't finished with me. He working on me. I said, well, you know what? I won't say nothing else to you then, but you shouldn't be working here. And I walked on out. But so I get what you're saying, but I had to take it off of the service part of it.
And you're right on both, and I agree with you. Sometimes we have to understand, like everybody is we all go through things. And it could have been just like that. My approach is totally different. I'm walking in there.
Yeah.
I'm that one. I ain't finna let you. I don't care. I don't care. You ain't finna drag me. I don't care.
You ain't finna bring my energy down.
I'm finna. You finna either walk away because you're gonna be like, he too much. That's okay. You're right. I am.
You can take that, huh?
I take it. I'm too much. But look, I'm not finna go down. Look, because you know what I'd have done with that woman. Here, let me help you, baby. Let me help you fold them.
Because you having a rough day. Let me go and fold some clothes. Well, working at the door at some of the venues, I love it. I really like doing it. People say little things sometimes, but I be like, child, y'all can go in there and pay your money to get in here while I'm sitting here working, making money. So whatever. But anyway, they come in there, and I keep saying I'm gonna do this video. They come in there. First of all, they get there. You know how much it is because you come every week. So you stand there looking at me to tell you how much it is. So I tell you how much. Then you dig all the way down to your waist to pull me out your wet, sticky, nasty, sweaty money.
Oh Lord.
Or you come, I don't have no example right now, but you get your big old purse, your big suitcase, and sit it on top of now my little thing ain't but this wide. You get your big old purse and dig through there. Dig. To try to find me $5 or $10, whatever you gotta find me. Okay, KK, Johnny B, come on, y'all. Come on, I'm gonna get all y'all. Well, how many you got? Well, hold on, let me count. Y'all couldn't do that before y'all came in the door. Y'all couldn't get that arranged. Oh, y'all like Donnie. Y'all do things on the
spot. We didn't know he was coming. We didn't know he was coming.
That's too much overthinking. But our point, y'all, just to get back to it and say somebody just joined in. We are talking about manners over money, manners over money, and being nice to people because you just don't. One, you don't ever know what they're going through.
Right.
Two, you don't ever know when you're gonna meet this person again. Like Jackie said, she ran into this guy. She said, it was in the 80s then. And when she said that, from my understanding, that was like the kind of a little bit of a drug area. So people was getting high and stuff. So I think she was kind of saying, girl, child, I wouldn't think about,
Right,
so whatever it was I was going through. But you just don't ever know when you're going to come back around. Or Donnie, you mentioned something about you could be up today and down tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the job that I do now, I told you I'm a wraparound specialist. So I help, provide needs for non-instructional needs for students and families who may not have coats, who may not have food, who may not have this, that, or the other. And so I'm help find the resources to help them, right? And so a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I have a family that they were hungry at Christmas because someone lost their job, somebody got sick, whatever it was. But when I got back after the holidays is when I saw it. So of course, immediately I want to figure out how we get the food. So in me trying to find them food, I mentioned to the principal at our leadership meeting that what did I say? I would like to have a canned good drive for families that may not have, we could have some things available.
Right.
I've seen kids at lunch that they're not eating. And I said, why are you not eating? That's nasty. I don't like it. I don't even have a what do you call it? A breakfast bar that I could give them. I could give them. SpaghettiOs come with that pop. I like SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs come with a pop-up top. I could even have some SpaghettiOs now. I could pop the top and get a baby some SpaghettiOs. But anyway, long story short, she was like, well, no, we're not having no canned good drive at my school. 1, 2, I guess the secretary saw my face, because then she felt she needed to stand up and say, well, Miss Laurie, once you realize the kind of parents we have, you'll realize if you give one some food, they're going to tell another family, they're going to come ask you for food. That's the point.
Right.
So I said to them at that moment, one, in my mind, I'm thinking, really? And y'all are the ones educating our children? Right. You are the ones that we trust with our children all day, every day. But what I said was, after I pulled myself together, I said, well, I am a wraparound resource specialist. And my job is to provide non-instructional needs for families and children, which includes housing, which includes food, which includes all other resources that they may need. But what my job and my place is not, is to determine whether they're really in need.
Right.
And the room was quiet. Total quiet. Because one, it was it rude? What was it when she said that was insensitive, would you say?
I would say insensitive, or or just disconnected,
Disconnected.
And when you've never had to be in that position, or you've never experienced that position, and I don't know if they even silver, when, because ain't no silver spoons today, but when you're born with a plastic spoon in your mouth these days, because, and I'm just saying that to say, when you've never had to go through anything, and now you want to categorize people and that thing that you want to look down on somebody because you ain't never had no issues, or you ain't never had you've had issues, but that's never been your issue.
Or you forgot what it's like.
Yes.
Or you want to forget. So that's where the disconnect comes from, because you want to remove yourself from that.
Like you don't know. Let me tell you something, and this is what I truly believe. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't in our house, even today, if it ain't in our house, it's either been in our family, or in our neighborhood, or in our surrounding, or in our community, or in our town, or in our city.
Mm-hmm.
It's around us.
It is around us.
It's around us. It is around us. Now, whether we want to play like what they used to say, whether we want to take our heads and stick them in the sand and think when we pull it back up, everything going to be grand. Right. Mm-hmm. It don't happen like that.
It doesn't happen like that.
Just because now I can drive on the other side of town and I ain't got to be over here, it don't make that side of town not exist.
Right.
It's still there. And just like the thing what you said earlier about Jack A, that one that's over here might be the one that's on your side of town next week.
Yep. And then in my mind, as I'm listening to her say this, all this coming out her mouth, and ain't nobody else in the room gonna say anything, they don't understand the need because they've never been there. Everybody else in the room is not speaking up. Now, one thing about the little diva, the queen, whoever I am, I just had this conversation with someone this weekend, that if you're in a room of people saying certain things and you don't say anything, the perception is that you agree with them. I'm not saying be the you always have to be the, I don't know what word to use right now, but if you're not comfortable, I get it. But you got say something. When you see something, you gotta say something. I didn't say anything. I didn't say what I wanted to say, but I said what needed to be said at that moment, as far as my professional Listen,
You know, so many people with that go along to get along
yeah,
because they looking at the well, they didn't say nothing. No, oh, Susie didn't say nothing, and Susie, she kind of got some pull over here, so I don't want to disrupt nothing because I'm trying to stay on her good side.
right.
Look at him.
I don't need that good side.
I don't need now one of them. I don't need the good nor the bad. Cause look here, you look.
You got to answer to another power.
That's it right there. And when we get that, like the woman said in church, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all gonna hear from me right here, right now. You don't like it, tune out. But you finna hear from me. When that day comes, when that day comes, and I ain't say the word if, I said when. When
When
that day comes, because it's a coming. I can't tell you when, but it's coming. When that day comes and you stand before and he asks you what you do, don't get up and talk about, well, what Trina,
he don't care about that. What
what
did you
you
do?
do
What did
when
you do?
when you had the opportunity, when I gave you the opportunity to stand up. What did you? Well, the rest of them.
No, don't.
When the
I don't
rest
got nothing
of
to do
them
with
get,
that. We ain't
when
talking
the
about them.
rest of them get here, I'm gonna ask them about them. But right now is you. What did you
You
do
do. Yes.
when you saw them suffering? What did you do? See, and that's the thing. People want but
You are
I'm just telling
yeah.
you. I'm just telling you what's coming. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't when that day comes. Don't think you can have a list of folks you can say, well, look, I got this list of people in this. It don't matter what they was doing.
It does not matter. And the other thing that came to me as she was doing that, I worked at food drives. I worked at different things. I've even just stood outside with a pick with a little sign to say vote for so and so. That gives me, and I'm not saying again, we talk about everybody's different.
Right.
What fulfills someone else fulfills them and doesn't is not the same for me. However, if I was doing a food drive or when I'm doing things like anything that I could do to help a kid, when I gave those coats to those babies, it wasn't about me. It felt good to know that I can help. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't that I needed the glory. It was that I felt so good being able to help. Knowing I hear a principal say, I don't want no used clothes on my campus, at my school. No used clothes in my school are allowed. And I'm looking at this really nice used coat that I didn't made sure that I didn't snuck and kept to give to this baby who needed a coat because that was when we were having the freeze about a month or
Right.
so ago, during Christmas. So no coat or gently used coat.
Right.
I just decided to bypass her mandate.
Well, I mean, you should have called me because I'd have been like, look, well then you gonna go buy them a coat. Let me tell you, I just get here. I know you don't want no using over here, but here you can go right over here and I'm gonna tell you what they got. This is I would have got it all for. I got a list for. Well, can I have your card? Cause we go on. I can go right on over here and get them a coat. Since you don't
Since
want
you,
no using, since you that
yeah,
now you know the children need it. But since you don't want to use them, let's go get them some new ones then. Thank you, Miss Principal. I sure appreciate your help. And I kept it moving right there. You,
exactly.
you know, it,
It's just eye opening sometimes to me. Like, really, you really said that? You really said no used clothes at my school, which I keep emphasizing my school because it's not yours.
hmm,
It's not yours, and that's a whole nother issue that we'll get into another time. But I'm gonna just say this. I wish, and I'm saying this out loud publicly, I reached out to the superintendent. I did, via email. I didn't say that. I just was saying, hey, is that I did use the more professional wording, but what I asked basically was, is it a thing that an employee can talk to you? Because I got things to say. I got some
right,
stuff that I would like to discuss about how you can retain some of the people in these programs, how we can get these programs to be more successful. Because we're looking at numbers, and you're saying the numbers are low. Have you talked to anyone on the ground to see
right.
why the numbers are low in giving away resources? Because you don't know that the numbers low because the principal said no, you can't do it.
Right.
But how you
Right.
gonna know if you don't talk to the people that know that's on the ground?
That's it.
You only talking to the principals, and the principal's smiling, and let me fit for anybody calls. So I ain't talking about all principals. If you're a good principal that allow you use things on your campus, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the ones right now that have so much power and all of this stuff that have the power to say, no, you are not allowed to have a can drive on my campus. We're not having food giveaways on my campus. We are not having used clothes on my campus. We're not having coat drives on my campus. Those are the people I'm talking about.
And you know what's worse is this is and I don't know. I ain't in the business,
Yeah,
but I know what has happened over the years is it became unfortunately just a numbers thing.
it's a numbers thing.
I don't I don't care and I don't know. I ain't in the business. I'm just telling you what I think.
Mhm.
That it don't matter as long as I got X amount of numbers in the seat. I don't care what. I don't care if they and at the end, if my numbers look good, then I look good. I ain't really concerned. There ain't no look. I came from a place. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I came from a place where the teachers was walking the hall, principals walking the hall. And when I tell you that it was they knew everybody. It was one of those where it was a connection because I came from a place where they were going to get the best out of you and they were feeding into you and they were there not because of the numbers. It wasn't about no numbers.
Right.
It was about these are, as I always say, this is our future.
Yeah.
If we do not, each and every one of us, if we're not pouring something in to our youth to make them better, then all we are doing is being a part of the things that make them worse. We're just a part of the things. If we're not doing anything, if we're just sitting back
Mm-hmm.
and allowing and watching, just like so many of us have sat back and watched our communities decay. So many have watched our cities decay. If we're sitting now watching our children decay, look at here. What they used to say, if you ain't part of the solution,
You're a part of the problem.
there it is.
And I'll say this on that numbers thing, and that's the thing about even when you're looking for a job now. All they want, and don't get me wrong, I know data is important. I get that. But it's just that data has taken, just like the cell phone and technology and all that, that's all taken over to
Yes.
where if the number don't say, if the numbers say, just like now, they're showing that, I don't know, they're fussing because there's a thing called a SAP, a student assistance form. So we got to get people to submit those. That's what the numbers show. We need people to submit them. However, what if they don't want to send them, but I see the student, I see the needs. I can go find out the needs of these students. And versus me sitting waiting on a teacher to decide they want to send in a thing. I can go to these classrooms, I can look myself. I can have conversations myself. I don't know, but I don't know how we got on the subject of numbers, but it's
But it's
something
real
it's real that sometimes numbers don't tell the whole entire story.
because
And
it can
I
be
feel that,
distorted. It
yeah,
can be distorted.
but
That's
not
the
only that,
thing.
they might be accurate. They could be accurate, but you need to know why. You need to
Yes.
ask somebody why. You can't ask the people at the top. You can't ask the
Uh-uh.
director why. You got to ask the person that's on the ground floor. Hey, could we meet together, all of you guys, so I can ask you guys because you're on the ground. You are the ones that are with the students. You are the ones
Yes.
with the principals. You are the ones with the teachers. Tell us what is really going on with these numbers.
Right. Right.
How's
Right.
how's is it me or does it seem really simple and elementary?
I mean that's it. Oh well, you got X amount of children failing. Okay, but I got X amount of children that come into school hungry every morning.
And you can't concentrate if you're hungry. You can't concentrate if you cold because you're at school with your arms inside your shirt, your short sleeve shirt,
Yes.
you know?
You know, for every action, there's a reaction. So if you're not trying, again, if you ain't trying to find what it is, what is the root cause of this? Not just, oh, well, look at this. This is just terrible. Well, what made it happen?
What made it
Does
happen? And
anybody
don't be
care
sitting up
about
at
what made it happen?
and don't be trying to guess. Oh, there was no why you didn't get any stats for food. Oh no, there was stats for food, but it don't look like you gave out no resources. Well, where am I get the resources from? Because the principal said no. So I don't know what you want me to do. You haven't given out. It shows that people needed coats, but you didn't get none out. Well, where am I gonna get them from? Because the principal said I can't have no coat drive or nothing. Say I can't have no used clothes. I had someone that wanted to do, and this is not for real. This is a hypothetical. I had someone say they were gonna bring me 10 coats and that were gently used, but I couldn't take them because the principal said no. I can't have gently used clothes. So you need to, they need to talk to the people. I don't understand what the fear is to talk to the people on the ground floor. Right. What is the fear of talking to the people on the ground? How are you going to ask a director or a supervisor or manager who's not even there to know what's going on? They just looking at the numbers.
I'm gonna dip this one. I'm gonna dip this one even on that. And I'm gonna defend a little bit. I'm gonna defend the other side.
Yeah.
We in our communities should not wait till it gets to a point where it's at the school. We in our communities, if little Johnny lives next door to me, I know dadgum well. Little Johnny ain't got no jet. I sees him every day. So again, that's us. These are ours. Yeah. And I'm talking about all of them. These are ours. So I'm going to ignore it, but then, I'm going to, I send them off to school. Let them handle it. What we are doing now, what we have done so many times, I've seen it. We have pushed our youth off on the school system. We pushed them over there and made the school system be the mamas, the daddies, the daycare, and everything else.
Yep.
We have failed them. We have failed them because it should have started. Even I don't care, even if his mama was just or his daddy was just well, guess what? There should have been an adult next door somewhere to say, look here, it ain't about you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you. Well, you can't. It ain't about you.
Believe it or not, we have people in this that we call home and say, can we send a coat home? And they say, no, I can take care of my kids. Well, why are you on a coat on today? So, but, and don't be trying to take away my job, Louisiana Country Boy. I'm just joking. I totally feel you because I am very naive with some things. Even when I was saying, well, why are they sending these kids to school sick? Someone had to say to me the other day, because they have to go to work. Who's going to keep little Johnny at home sick? Because mama got to go to work. Daddy got to go to work. They're getting paid hourly. So they got to go somewhere. And you can't pay daycare. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that goes to the teachers where we have to defend.
You know what? The other part of that, and and thank you, Lord. What we have to do is remove our pride sometimes. Folks ain't, if somebody's trying to help, assist, that don't mean I'm trying to get up in your business.
Right.
If I can do this, okay, I ain't said you couldn't do it. I didn't say that you couldn't. Just because somebody offers and somebody's trying to help does not mean that you are a bad parent.
Right.
And oh my God, why try to sit up here and act like you ain't struggling and going through emotionally, mentally, physically, socially, everything else that you're going through? Because what is being missed is this. Hear me again. Oh boy, I don't say it. I don't care if you're tuned off and you don't want to hear this, but I'm finna tell you this. What you are going through, act like you ain't giving it to your children, but you is.
Oh, yeah.
Act like they want to act like, well, you done put them in the room over there and they don't know that you going through. They can't see when you going through, your children know that you're going through. And what you're doing is you're feeding that and you're pouring that into them.
Yeah.
They learning from us. They learning from us.
Well, I agree with that. But there are some people, because we still got to keep in one, mental health. We got to still keep up with keep in mind we got so many grandparents and aunties who are older who got these kids because
Yeah.
mamas and daddies are in jail or wherever they are. So we got a lot of grandparents having these kids, just like the one baby that I'm dealing with right now. Grandmama done had him 6 months. Now somebody want to come get him, and it's like, what I do now, because I've raised him. I don't want to let go of him. Like, so we gotta remember those things too. I think what you're saying is accurate. I believe in that, and especially if it's a typical traditional family. But it's so many non-traditional families where
Yeah.
the grandparents are doing it, and all they know is old school. But to be honest with you, old school don't work for some of these new school children. For some,
Yeah.
they be like, what? But so that's another thing. So, and they, you know what? And when you talk about old school didn't have pride, they got to get what they got to get. And those are really the grandparents and the parents that do reach out to me, like this little boy that I was telling you about,
Mm-hmm.
that was with my grandmother since he was 6 months. She literally called me. Like, look here, I'm in the hospital. He over with so and so, and I know they sending him to school with no uniform. Can you help me out till I can get out the hospital? Can you send him home with some uniforms? Because I know that people over there ain't sending him a uniform. So what you say, that to me, that proves that point, that older people know it's okay to ask the community for
Yeah.
help, ask someone for help. You know what I'm saying? But what the other thing was, when we were talking about them sending these kids to school and who's responsible, it also puts a big burden on the teachers.
Yes.
Teachers are there to teach and educate and make grow minds, if you will. But they can't do that because, one, they got to deal with all this testing stuff. But then
Right.
on that, on top of dealing with the testing stuff, dealing with the principal, but they're dealing with all of these little babies that they love and just love to death, but don't have coats on, and they're worried about them. They're coming to school dirty, or they smelly, and they got to deal with that. They got to deal with when they call the mama, she cursing them out. Why you calling me? And you the teacher, like all of those things that a teacher has to deal with just
Yeah.
to do their passion of, I want to educate the children of the world to become
Right.
productive citizens of our world. That is, that's why so many people leaving education, like left and right. It's not about these kids. It's not about the
Mm-mm.
kids. They love the kids. They want to educate these babies, but it's the parents, it's the principals, it's the other stuff
All the other stuff.
that
All
they
the
have
other
to
stuff.
deal with
Yeah.
in order to meet. Life ain't easy. Nothing is easy, but it shouldn't be this hard to educate children.
And then I don't know, but from
Mm.
my understanding, then they don't want to pay you but $2 an hour to be a teacher.
Now that is definitely true. Even this job, the job of someone does what I do. When you look at the salary that they pay the people to start this particular job, you be like, well, you don't be like that at first, because I'm gonna help people. Oh, I'm
Right.
gonna make sure people get something to eat. But then when you get there, you find out, no, you got to get these numbers. You got to make sure they do this. You got to
Mm-hmm.
go out here, drive your car with no mileage to go get food. You got to drive your car with no mileage to go talk to the people at Chick-fil-A and see if they'll donate. You got to do all this. And you like, I love the kids. I love my community, but I can't pay for my rent.
Right. Right.
I can't get my nails done. I can't feed my family. While I'm trying to worry about Johnny getting some food, hell, I might need to be in the line with Johnny and his mom and them.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And
I
that's that
definitely
part. That
that
right
part
there
yeah.
is so disheartening. And I know some teachers, my sister, I've had family members that have worked in it. And I admire them for as long as they did it. But that was back in the day, I don't
Mhm.
know if they deal with them right now because but it's that we as a whole, as a community, not just have to learn again how to come together. I think a lot of parents, and in my opinion, that
Mhm.
when COVID hit, oh, they saw the real deal. Oh, when them children was at home, oh, they saw the real deal. Oh, they all that cussing the teacher out. They oh yeah, they bit their lip. Then they were like, oh
Yeah.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
hold up.
Yeah. Ooh, these awesome little monsters. When y'all gonna open that school back up? Can I just do we got anybody that can come hold the children? Can they have get a holding tank for the babies? Can we just hold them there for a few hours?
Hey, COVID taught them. COVID, yeah. Yes, indeed. Now you got to homeschool them. Now you looking all, Now, yeah. And you sitting there about to, now look, you about to pull your nails out. Yeah.
You didn't have no more. And then, you know what else? Them those grocery bills went up.
Oh,
Because you had to
yeah.
feed the children.
Yeah, you can't send them to school now.
There wasn't no free lunch. You had to feed all 3 meals of the day, which on another side of that, on the serious side of that was kind of sad because kids didn't have anything in. But and on a positive note, I can say, I don't know about other school districts, but HISD, Houston ISD, they did make so many great opportunities in different areas for people to be able to eat during lunch. They sent buses and stuff to different apartment properties and stuff like that so that they could feed those kids that were home who may not have food. And I think that's something too that, again, for me, this is all eye-opening. This is eye-opening to me to see people come to school and say, I didn't eat yesterday. All we had are the little ramen noodles. Like, what? You sure that wasn't just, for us, that was just something that my kids liked them. My sister used to like them when she was little. That was just something we ate. It wasn't something you had to eat. I saw a little girl one day like eating them dry. What? And I'm so dumb. I went over and said, baby, did your mama know we don't have a mic? And I'm serious as a stroke. Baby, did your mama know we didn't have no microwave for you to use? Do you need some water? Oh no, I eat mine dry. But I know that ain't probably how she wanted to eat them at first. That's probably something she got used to. And here I am assuming, but I'm just saying, I ain't never seen nobody take the ramen noodles and peel them like a banana and bite them. Like, now y'all out there, y'all tell me if Miss Trina is being a little naive, a little bougie. I don't eat ramen noodles anyway. Now my family do, I don't. But do people eat them dry like that? But so we running close on our time. So I want to ask you something. How's your 23 going so far? We're a month in.
It is busy. It has been busy. It really has, which is good. I have been, man. I'm just excited. I don't know what other folks. I mean, I'm just excited. This is shoot. We at the end of a whole month. Look, we about to roll into a new month already.
That's why I thought it was a perfect time to see, because I saw somebody post the other day, and I think they would be. I don't know, they're trying to be funny, but it sounded a little negative. And I know you're not necessarily I know you set goals, but you're probably not a once a year thing. I set goals all the time. However, I do take the end of the month and the beginning of the month to do real goal setting for myself via vision board. And I actually write them down. But it's a good way after this person said, well, how those goals going, or how those resolutions going. And I don't call mine resolutions, I do call them goals. I do think people should have goals to set. And it was really cool when I first started doing it, because I had my vision board. And at the end of the year, going back to my vision board, I saw how many things I accomplished on that vision board, like pretty much everything. And so it's a good way to see your accomplishments. And for you, I see so much in just this first month that you didn't had going on. Like,
I tell you,
blessings are coming your way.
Walking in purpose, that's what I can say. I can tell anybody that if you walk in purpose, and just know that nobody's perfect, but walk in purpose. My purpose is not your purpose, or but we all have one. Each and every one of us, and for me, all the things that are happening. The amazing thing that I think is like God had already ordained it and planned it all ahead of time. Ain't none of this stuff. He had already been like, oh, this gonna be right over here. But what you got to do is be look. You can't be going down 59 south thinking you finna get to Dallas. What you got to do is be on 45. Now you can drive 59 south all you want to, but if you
Mm-hmm.
think you're gonna get to Dallas that way, yeah. And when I realized that it wasn't that anything had moved, I was just on the wrong road.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
getting on the road, you get to seeing stuff like, look, that goes Sam Houston. Lord, look at that.
But also, Johnny, on that same note, though, I want you to think about something. If
What's
you don't
that?
have a plan
Yes,
and goals, you might be on the wrong road. You might be everywhere if you have nothing to reach for and nothing to
right,
strive for. Why are you even on the road and you don't know where you're going? You have no
right.
goals to set to go that direction. So so and then when you say purpose, people got to figure out their purpose too, which is really important. I still will say I used to could tell you what my purpose was. And I'm
Mm.
being very transparent when I say right now, I don't really know what my purpose is. And I'm
You
not
know,
afraid to say that.
I can tell you this, and it's so crazy you said that.
Uh-huh.
I told you had to leave me alone. When I was leaving this morning, when I was leaving this morning, and I was on my way after I got my coffee, and I was on my way to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about this. God gives each and every one of us a gift, or some may call it, a gift or a talent. Yeah, I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
want to call
Mm-hmm.
it your talent, you want to
Mm-hmm.
call it your gift, whatever you want to call it. But what we have to do is figure out what it is, because the gift or the talent would lead us to the purpose.
To the purpose. Yeah.
And we like we know, because that gift or that talent. Some of us downplay because whatever our gift is or whatever our talent is. Oh well, I don't like to sing in front of folks. Now you got a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
Go on now, but that's the gift that God has given you. Because now, if you use that gift of if it's your singing,
Mm-hmm.
what it's gonna do is align you, because that gift will lead you to His purpose for you, not our purpose.
Right.
His purpose for you.
Mm-hmm.
And when we can get that thing right, all the other things that open up, your singing may lead you into an acting career, but
Mm-hmm.
you had to use that gift, that talent
Well, I have a
to get.
question for you on that. Just a
Yes, ma'am.
question, devil's advocate.
Uh-oh.
What if I just don't like to sing? What if it's something I really hate, even though it's a talent I have, but I hate it? Like it doesn't make me happy.
Then by 10 years, you're going to be coughing because yours is going to be gone. Don't worry about it. Here you go. I used to like to sing.
No, no,
But I'm just saying, it's
yeah.
that. It's what happens is with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that we don't work on, any gift that we have that we don't keep, what do you call it, working it or however, it eventually we lose it.
Right.
We lose it. It goes
Or
away.
you can redirect.
Yeah, yeah.
If I don't like to sing, or I'm an introvert, so I don't want to be in front of people to sing, I could take my talent and teach people. I could teach people music. I could maybe have tell the pastor, hey, I got voice lessons. Like, and so I guess when I say that you may have this talent that you hate because
Hmm.
my stomach hurts literally. Not me personally, I'm just saying this person. My stomach hurts literally being in front of people.
Right.
I throw up every time I sing in front of people. Redirecting the talent, think about, okay, God gave me this talent to sing. What can I do with it besides being in front of people?
Right.
You know,
That is.
um,
But
that's why I'm saying I like your thought, but also for those that don't, that have a great talent and maybe that's just not their thing. Now I do wish if I could sing, I'd be using child. I I would be singing and I always used to say I wanted to join the choir. But then I
hey,
said,
look,
go
look here.
ahead.
That go. Look here. That go. A comment for you. I'm look.
I think
What you
people are
think?
confused about purpose because it's not just one purpose. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can have more than one purpose. I agree with that.
I think my
But you
purpose
may
is
not
to
know
eat.
what any of your purposes are, to be honest. I
Just
mean,
floating,
it's
just
like that. I
true.
probably have several purposes, but at this point, and I used to could tell you, oh, I know what my purpose is. I know what, you know. I even me and Miss Fancy had a bunch of conversation on our way to and fro the Dallas this weekend, and one of the things that we said, which I never like to think about dying, but it came in my mind, is like, when I leave here, what do I want people to remember about me? What do I want people to say about me? You know, which would have to do with my purpose is, you know.
Right.
So I was just bringing that up about maybe people just really don't know their purpose yet, and you need someone to help you find it. Which they have all kinds of things, like this book right here. It has you writing different things down to help you find your purpose. It's actually called Unleash the Woman Inside of You. Someone wrote a book called this, and they made a journal with it. And if it's like if like life pie, each slice represents pearl. I like that. I like that. Love
I
that.
said that. That was me. That was
Oh, you said that back? Oh,
no. She took my.
you told her that? Are you
No, I'm
playing?
just. I think she just took the words. I was thinking that, Ainsley. That's what that. Yeah. That. Don't be trying.
Yeah. Well, Angie, do you think there's a such thing as people just not being able to, who are still searching and trying to find their purpose? Do you think that there's a such thing? So
Hey.
while we're thinking about that, because we run out of time, I promise out. So my 23 is going good. I like wine, a sweet wine. I haven't. Thank you, Angie. She says absolutely. So I think that's important. I think it's important for us if we're ready, because that's another thing. People really got to be ready to embrace some things. Just like me, this my new year. I'm ready. I'm ready for this new year.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
have my purpose soon. But also things that I needed to let go of, I'm letting them go in order for better things to come to me. Better things, better people, better opportunities. But if I'd have kept closed up, still dealing with that and holding on to that, I wasn't able to get nothing, you know?
Right.
So now I'm not gonna read everything, but I'm gonna just see if I can show y'all a
Oh,
little
did you
bit.
finish? You finished it?
It is finished. I told y'all I'm gonna be finished by this week.
Hey.
So if you notice, it's what is the first thing you notice?
Let go.
And
Move forward.
so that's the vision of the life.
So
Dream, plan,
that's what you're
act,
gonna do is let go and move forward. I got you. Okay.
dream, act, plan, act, and enjoy. We forget to enjoy life, right?
That's it.
And so we find another, and so let me find one for you that you would that so this is another big one for me. Thinking outside of the box, reaching outside of the box. So I have my question mark outside of this box. Star, you know, we've been talking about distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Start your distractions and feed your focus.
Yes.
Um, thrive. You know, I want to get my finances together, child. Freshen up your finances. Oh, what fun it is to save. And then, you know, with our what do you call it? Our podcast and stuff,
Yes.
TikTok, Reels. I'm still trying to get them 500 subscribers. Types of content. I want to increase my content. These are the travels that I want to do. And then the big one for me, Donnie.
What's
No,
that?
let me back up some. Let me back up. Make every day better.
Yes.
I'm the kind of person that wants to do it all again, but 10 times better.
There you go.
Take away your fears. Live your life. I am the gift. Put you
Amen.
first. But the
Amen.
biggest one I got over here, I got a check I wrote out to myself.
Did you write a check?
I wrote a check.
How much?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Okay.
I tell you, but I can't tell the audience. I don't want that.
Hey, you know what? That's so funny, and I believe in that because you know years ago, ain't there yet, but almost years ago, and I still have it to this day in my wallet. I wrote a number on a piece of paper, and I go back and I look and going like, but God,
Mm-hmm.
because to what seemed way back when as impossible
Mm-hmm.
made me realize God is the God of possibilities. What
Right.
I think is impossible, He knows is possible. Um, and that you're doing that is great to have that vision, and I believe in it because you know what? Why do we perish? We perish because we don't have no vision.
Yeah.
That's,
And that's the good thing about a vision board, because the vision board is just that, it's a vision board. So you put it, hang it somewhere. Last year I didn't put it up, but the year before last I actually had it in my restroom because that's where I'm at every morning.
right.
But I put it somewhere where I can see it. But I also write these things down in sentences in my little book. But my daughters and I last year we actually did them together pretty much, and we prayed over it, and then we were supposed to keep each other accountable. We didn't really do that well, but we also talked to each other about what we did in it. I'll mention something else just in the fun side of things. Creating moments to remember. Like I put all that stuff, the things that I want to do. I want to go to Vegas. I want to take a cruise this year, which I used to cruise all the time. But where's entrepreneurship, ignite joy, um, those things. But these things I'll be able to look at because they're so big,
Right.
and I can walk for Martin Luther King Day. I think I shared with you that I just kind of forgot about what Martin Luther, even though I was sick, I forgot what Martin Luther King Day really is for. It's supposed to be a day of service.
Purpose.
So I put that on there to remember that on Martin Luther King Day, whatever I'm doing, I will be serving
Yeah.
somewhere, doing something to provide service for that. So yeah, this is it. This is everything that I've even talked to you about, if you think about
Right.
it.
It is.
Stepping out of that box to reach out to bigger, better things, letting go of all that stuff that I
Right.
know for a fact was holding me back. I'm not perfect. It's not going to happen in a day.
And that's what I was just going to tell you is this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell you, and I'll tell anybody that's
Mm-hmm.
listening. Don't let nobody. That's like the other thing. Don't let nobody tell you how soon you should let something go
Mm-hmm.
because it's a period. It didn't take us to get there overnight. So from wherever it is we're trying to get away from, it takes time. Healing takes time. Getting over things take time. Moving forward takes time, but it all starts with taking one step.
And it all starts with finally stopping and saying, because you've been been holding on to some grudges and some anger for 10 years. It took some things to happen, including Twitch, for me to be on my couch reflecting.
Yeah,
It is time to let this go, and I'm ready to let it go.
right,
And it's time, I get it one day at a time for people, but me, it's time to take a leap, child. I got to take a hurdle and jump a little bit further because I hadn't gotten anywhere away from this. And it has felt good making the decision and literally that I like that. Literally, taking the leap of letting that go has just it's a good feeling. Like I feel so good just even saying it out loud
yes,
when I got ready to do this and just saying it and literally just doing it lately,
mm-hmm.
saying, I had this awesome opportunity this weekend. It didn't, things didn't work out like how it quote unquote was planned, but
Right,
it was actually fabulous. It was a great thing, ended up being a great
right,
thing. What they say, what someone's trying to do for you for bad ends up being good. You know what I'm talking about? That little saying.
mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what it did. And I do appreciate you and your encouragement over the weekend to keep me thinking in my mind the positive side and letting go of whatever was going on
Good,
to move forward into doing what it was I was there to do. I was there to do a job.
right,
And I
right.
did that job. And I made sure that I did that job that covered Miss Trina as well. So anyway, that was I did share with y'all my vision board. It's pretty. The only one I haven't done, y'all, is my food vision board. I'm doing a food vision board this year. Great food.
Mm-mm.
So
Uh-oh.
I want to try different restaurants and stuff. I used to be really, really picky. And so I'm going to do a food vision board. So
Hey,
that was
that
going to be
means you
good.
got to go to them places and eat.
Yeah. I do that anyway, but it's some that I'll keep going to the same one. That when I find a good spot, I can't let it go. So I gotta find some of the other ones. So, Donnie, you have any last words before we say
Oh,
say Let me say this, y'all. So my first show for Chat with Trina was supposed to be January to something. I don't remember, but I got sick. And the person that was supposed to come on, so every year I have have someone come on. I talk about them. We have a conversation, and they pray for Chat with Trina for the year. I got sick in January twice, and so the person that was supposed to do it, their schedule and my schedule haven't matched up. So I asked Donnie tonight if he would take our prayer to throw me in there a little bit, and I told him I was gonna keep throwing him on the spot with the prayers. Because he didn't know I was gonna do that when we first started the show. I just threw it out there, and then he tried to throw it back to me last week, but I blocked it.
Hey, that's why y'all got to stay tuned. Y'all listen. I'll put it out there again. The Queen, the little diva said, yes, one of these shows I'm gonna pray. Now, all I'm saying is y'all hanging here with your boy, hanging here with your boy, hanging here. I can't tell you when it's coming, but y'all guess what? One of these shows, the little diva gonna say a prayer. Now, look, I know some of these, and I know it's on her platform. Anybody on Lil Diva platform chat with Trina? Look. Hey, look here, Queen. As they say, let me get close to this thing so they can see me. Look
You
here.
silly,
Anybody
so
that's
silly.
on the Lil Diva chat with Trina's platform that's watching on her side. Okay, what I want y'all to do is listen. She said that one of these episodes, one of these shows, she gonna say the prayer. She didn't say when. She just went in the spirit healer. So what I need for y'all to do, look to me close, listen to me close now. What I need for y'all to do is keep on tuning in, keep on tuning in, keep on tuning in. If y'all wants to catch the little diva praying, keep on tuning in, cause one of these shows she gonna say the old prayer, and boy, look here, boy. I need y'all to be here with me, cause old country boy gonna set back. I lied to break old tear out.
When you break a tear, I'll break a tear. Well,
Now,
y'all make sure that y'all watch the Louisiana Country Boy every what? Wednesday?
every Wednesday, and look here, I got some guests coming Wednesday.
Oh,
Um,
who you got?
I do. Keisha Bowie. She's from Louisiana. She has a show,
Mm-hmm.
Closet Talk. That's her show.
Oh,
Closet Talk. Yeah.
that sounds like something.
Well, she has agreed to come sit at the table. She gonna sit at the table
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah, I hope she brings some of that food from Louisiana with her. But
She can send it to you while y'all she can send it to you in the mail and y'all can eat it
hey,
while y'all talk.
I sure will, cause I'm gonna shut my mouth and just eat.
Right?
Uh, and then if y'all get an opportunity this Friday,
Woo!
this Friday will be the. It ain't. I don't know what it's gonna be like. It's my first one. A little nervous. I ain't gonna. I wasn't nervous, but it's my first one. Uh, I was running my triple trapper. I will be running my triple trapper to the whole wide world this Friday morning at 5 a.m. on the Now Network. You know, I can just say this in all seriousness. It's just walk. Walk in your purpose. If God has given it to you, just walk in it, okay? Don't matter what folks think about you. You know, this old boy, I've been called a whole bunch of things in my life, and I'm sure I'll be called a whole bunch of more before I leave this old earth. And even after I leave this old earth, I'm sure there's find a couple of names for me, and that's okay. But the one thing I can say is that I am a man that's after God's heart. That's why I say I don't care about nothing else. I'm chasing after His heart.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut my old trip trap. I know that y'all know. If you ain't never heard that story about David, they said that David was a man in the Bible, and David was after God's heart. Move over, David, because he's a little country boy. Because I'm after the same thing.
Right,
I'm after
right,
the
right, right,
same thing.
right.
I'm after the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to allow whatever to bring me down. I
Yeah.
have been through some things in my life, but the good Lord done brought me through. Well, look here, I got cut more hills to climb, but that's all right, cause he gonna climb them with me. I already know, and that's okay. That's
That is
okay.
okay. That is okay.
And I thank y'all for y'all support. I really do. I really do. I greatly appreciate it. Um, I appreciate y'all supporting us right here. I won't speak on it. You know, if y'all got something y'all want to say, tell them, little David, tell them, go on, say it. We ain't scared. You can say what you want.
Y'all make sure that y'all watch Chat with Trina on Wednesdays. February is Black History Month, and it's also Valentine's Month and Galentine's Month. I don't know what you're doing, but I would love it if you would check out Chat with Trina every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And if you can't watch it live, catch it live. You can go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. Watch it there. And then while you're there, you're going to hit that button that says subscribe because it really doesn't hurt. Don't cost you no money. Then you're going to hit that little bell so that you can make sure that you know when I upload a new video. But just a special thing for this month, every year I do the Black History Month of Love. So I chat with couples about their love story, their dating, getting engaged, and doing whatever it is they do. And then at the end, we play that little game of who cleans up the room first. Who will go 5 days without brushing their teeth? You know, we do that little game, so which is kind of fun. All the couples have loved it, and it's a lot. It's a lot of fun. So y'all tune in. Yeah, tune in. I'm hoping I can get the schedule out this week. But this Wednesday, I have a seasoned couple who got married at a later age. They're going to talk about their journey to love and their blended families and all of that. So it's going to be good. It's called the Moises, Moyse'. Yes, Donnie.
Can can I get my exes and come on the show?
No. You could. You can definitely do that. Always, every day. That'll give me a bunch of numbers. Oh, on that note, I am going to have a panel this week. I don't know the date.
Okay.
It's a Friday. It's going to be a panel of two couples, and we're going to just talk about different questions. I'm going to give them different questions to have a conversation about. It'll be like pulling a question, and we're going to rap about it. And both of these couples are one couple, they're entrepreneurs, so they call themselves couplepreneurs or something like that.
Okay.
And then I have another couple. One of them, she's a singer, but she also she works during the day, whatever. And her husband, I don't know what he does, but they're awesome people. Very good. She's a very good friend of mine. But I will let y'all, tune in, join me. If you're not on my Facebook, in my Facebook friend, go to Trina W. Lowry. You can go to not YouTube. You can also go to the Chat with Trina group page on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram page.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shut my tripper trapper up now. I think the conversation was great. For some, I don't know how we got from Ricky Smiley and that to over there to the school education board, but I felt like I was able to get it out. I felt good. Thank you, Donnie. I feel good.
There you go. I feel good.
That was funny. Great minds think alike, right? Great minds.
There it is.
So let's make sure that. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that I'm gonna say the prayer, and I want to. It is an honor. Let me tell you this. I'll just say this. Anytime you ask me to pray, I'm okay with it. It's never on the spot for me. What they tell me is if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I just want to make sure that we keep, we are praying for Chat with Trina in the year.
Yes.
We're also going to pray for Louisiana. My worth is 2 cents, but I please want to keep I don't even know how to say Tyree Nichols, Ricky Smiley. Make them a part of this and our daily prayers, y'all, because Ricky Smiley is going through it. And I don't know the man personally, but I'm looking at him on Facebook today, and he is having a tough time. I can't even imagine being a parent and lose my child, either one of my children, or my little niece. So, yeah, when Donnie give us this wonderful prayer, y'all continue to pray for me and Donnie and the goals that we're setting for ourselves, what we're trying to do with our shows, and then pray for them first, then pray for us in our shows. We ain't that important, but
right.
And so, but thank you guys for tuning in. So we're going to get this prayer and then we're going to say our final goodbyes.
All right, there we go. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you this day. We come to you right now. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. Lord, I ask for you to continue to watch over those that are hurting, those that are going through. Give them strength. Give them courage. Father God, let them seek you and understand that your ways are not our ways and your thoughts are not our thoughts. Father, I know that you are there. You are there because you are there with them. You are here with us. But all we have to do is open up our hearts and our minds to receive you. Because you know what you said, Lord. You will send a comforter. And you have. But we just have to be able to receive it. Lord, I ask you to continue to bless these platforms. Bless Trina and her platform. Chat with Trina. Bless the platform. Bless what you have created. And you have put her the head over. Father God, I ask you to just continue to show your grace and your mercy. Allow us to continue to walk the way you want us to walk. Do the things that you want us to do. Father God, because it ain't about us. It ain't about us. It ain't about us. We give you. We give you. We give you all the glory. We give you all the glory. Because without you, none of it's possible. None of it all. Father God, you're with us in our ups, you're with us in our downs. And I thank you. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. Because there's nothing that we have done to earn it, but you give it. And we thank you. Lord, continue to watch over, continue to guide us, continue to strengthen us, to lift us up where we're torn down. I ask these prayers in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Look here, you know what I'm gonna tell them. You know what I'm gonna tell them. Look here.
Hold on, one more second. I'm sorry, one more second.
Go ahead.
Next Monday, it's gonna say, "What's love got to do with it?" Because next week is Valentine's Day. I already made the flyer. Donnie didn't even know it.
I did. You already made it?
Huh?
You already made the flyer?
Yeah, I made it before I made that one before I made the one for the day. But it's what's love got to do with it? And what's love got to do with it means it's gonna cover anything because we don't know what I don't have no topic. What's love got to do with it? Meaning we're gonna talk about whatever come to our heads and our minds on Monday, Valentine's Eve.
I'm so excited. I'm tickled pink on that one. What love
got to do. Okay, we gotta go, Johnny. We hold people gotta go to bed. People gotta go to bed.
Look here. Look here. If ain't nobody told you that they believe in you, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is where we come from our heart, honest. If God is giving you a vision, if he's giving you a vision, it's yours. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do and you do this, you do that. If he's giving it to you, then go for it. Go for it. You step out there. See, step out there on faith. If we do our part, he will do the rest. Step on out there. Because we believe in you and we support you. I'm telling you right now, if y'all don't know it, right here, we support you. We behind you. We rooting for you. We got pom-poms. We there. We there. And know this. If ain't nobody told you from the morning time to the evening to the old night time, if ain't nobody told you that they love you, look here, we love you. And guess what? We love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Look here. Diva, we out of here.
I see you later. Y'all have a great week.
Have a great one. Thank y'all.
Angie, thank you.